Hi everybody, welcome to Aikidoflow. Now, Aikido. People always have their opinion about martial arts, especially Aikido. And a question I get asked a lot is Aikido a self-defense or is it an art form? So today, we're gonna have a look at this. So, is it an art form or is it self-defense?
I don't know.
Asking you.
I don't know. What are you asking me for? I've only been practicing it for 200 years. How would I know that? You know what? That's like a really, really good question. I think that I think it's both. Mm-hmm. I think that's the simple answer. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the next video. You know, the thing is that I think it. One of my instructors once said to me that Aikido is an art form that has a self-defense hidden within it, and I think that kind of expresses it quite nicely. It's any any truly advanced system, and it doesn't matter what it is, whether or not it's it's music, whether or not it's film, or whether the core of it is always art. Mm-hmm. Because the only way to expand something is through creativity, and creativity is art form. And so it has to be an art form for it to evolve. Otherwise, it just wouldn't be able to evolve. We change. That means the art form has to change. And again, you know, it really depends on the situation. I mean, you said in a few videos back that it depends what you want to use it for. Okay. Well, I think this is probably really part of the question. Really, it depends really what it is you want to use Aikido for, and what direction you want to take it into. Mm-hmm. I think my personal opinion is I think fundamentally, no matter what you decide to use it for, I think it has to come back into the art form, because you need to be able to express yourself through it, and you need to be able to develop it.
Okay, but what part of it is art and what part of it is a martial art, a self-defense?
It's all art and it's all self-defense. Mm-hmm. I know that sounds a little bit spiritual, airy-fairy, doesn't it? So, I mean, the expression of the techniques my instructor always used to say to me, I used to say, when I started training, I used to ask my instructor, how do I know what technique to apply and when? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'd learn all these techniques, okay, and then I'd say to him, okay, well, if I'm in a situation, something happened, how would I know which technique to do? And he said, just let your hands fall where they want to. Okay, and I didn't really understand what that meant, you know. Later, he started to kind of talk in these Yoda things like, unlearn everything you have learned, all that stuff there. Do you understand? but fundamentally, that is, when you're practicing it, you're practicing an art form. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter whether or not you're practicing it in a combat situation. The practice is art.
But then if somebody says to me, it's not a self-defense, mm-hmm. I'd want to, you know, show them a Nikkyo or Sankyo and be like, does this look like art to you? You know, this, feel the pain. You know, it's like, for me, there's too many like bone breaking techniques in it for it to be like an art form. Like if you practice it properly, if you practice it as a combat martial art, to me the art just kind of isn't there anymore.
Yeah, but where did it start from though? It started from that bone breaking technique, okay, that you're talking about, had to originate in a movement that is an art movement. It's an art form. It's all martial arts. Okay. Let's come out of Aikido for a minute. Okay, so let's talk about Wing Chun. Okay, so if we do like a Wing Chun movement slowly.
What, like a punch or something like that?
Yeah, like a block and a punch.
So I'm gonna punch here.
Okay, do it again. Here. Okay, do it again. Here. Okay, do it without me. Here. Go on, keep going. Okay, so that's so what you're doing is you're performing an art movement. Do you understand?
Okay.
So what you're doing, and any adjustments that you decide to make will be an expression of you. It will be an expression of your size. It will be an expression of your power. It will be an expression of something that is individual to you, which is an art. I remember this. What was it? Do you remember that Karate Kid thing, like where like the guy was wax on, wax on, wax on? That's an art movement. That's exactly what you would do. And eventually, what will happen is that you will then be able to use that, like you just did, as a combat.
I see what you mean.
See where we're going with this?
Yeah, I see what you mean. But yeah.
The dichotomy here is that they are both living in the same space at the same time. That is the dichotomy. That's why it's difficult to hold them both in the same space, because it's almost like we're trying to make it one thing or another thing, but it's not. And like I said to you before, all martial arts have this. It's just more apparent in Aikido.
Okay, true. I'm just confused about what dichotomy means.
Yeah, well, don't ask me. I just made that.
So, in conclusion, yeah, I suppose.
Is there a conclusion to this?
Well, I suppose Aikido is, like you say, it is an art form with combat in there. And I get it, because when we first started training, there were certain things where I practiced and I thought, what is this? What are they making us do this for? But then they translated into combat techniques.
Wax on and wax off, right?
yeah. Karate Kid scenario.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I get it. So yeah. So no, I get it. People look at it as an art form, but there is a combat in there. You just need to practice it to kind of understand it, and don't watch all those crappy YouTube videos you see unless it's part of the Aikidoflow channel. You know what I'm saying? Take care.
See you in the next video.